Hey there, this is Gerald with the Rise of the 1%. In today's video, I want to talk about the 7 things needed to scale your business to 20,000 plus a month. Now, before I get into the information, make sure you bang that like button if you're new here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. And also, if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, and you're looking to take your revenue, your profit, your impact to the next level throughout the remainder of this year, 2025 and beyond, you definitely want to stick around to the end of this video because I got some free cool stuff and some resources I'm actually going to share with you that could potentially help you with that. So with that said, let's get into the 7 things needed to actually scale your business to 20,000 plus a month. Now, if you don't know, here with the Rise of the 1%, we've been fortunate enough to actually have months where we've done over $20,000 in revenue. Not only that, we have clients such as like LaShawn Brooks, who actually did $40,000 in 60 days of working with us with her actual coaching business. And we have many other clients as well who have went on as well to be able to generate 20,000 plus a month in their business. And so I wanted to share in this video 7 things that a lot of different entrepreneurs and business owners that's been able to do that, what they have in their business. Number 1, you got to have a niche market that you serve. Okay, I know a lot of people like to be generalists. They want to serve any and everybody, but you really want to be able to grow your business and scale your business to that 20,000 plus a month range. You have to become a specialist. Okay, you have to become a specialist. When you think about a person that's a physician, right? Typically, a lot of times in the physician that's a general practitioner, they typically work on all parts of the body. They're taking on any and every type of patient. Versus you have the brain surgeon who actually focuses in on one part of the body. And typically they only take on patients that need that specific problem solved. And the general practitioner, they typically don't have a lot of time. They don't make a lot of money because they're just taking on any and every patient versus the brain surgeon actually has a lot more free time and make a whole lot more money because they're solving a huge problem and they're focusing on one huge problem and one particular type of patient, right? So that's the first thing. You actually have to identify a niche market or even a sub-niche market, okay? Which is a niche within a niche. Now, the second thing you have to do is you have to be able to thoroughly identify the pains, problems, and frustrations of that particular market, of course, their desired outcome, and how you're going to bridge the gap in your own unique way. We typically call this a unique mechanism, or some people call it a USP, unique selling proposition. And what you want to do, like I'm going to give you an example here, is you'll want to come up on a statement where specifically of who you serve and how you serve them. It can be, for an example, let's say you had a bookkeeping business. And let's say the niche market was truck fleet owners. You can have a statement where you say, we actually assist truck fleet owners with taking control of their finances, becoming stress-free with our industry-specific bookkeeping services so that they can stay in compliance, they can save money on taxes, and they can focus on the road versus receipts. That is how you go about identifying a niche market. Of course, how you serving them, and you put it all within a statement like I just said. That's the second thing. Now, the third thing you have to do is you really just want to focus on one high-value offer in the beginning stages. I know a lot of times people are still in the beginning stages of their business. They haven't reached 10,000, 20,000 plus a month in revenue, and they have all these different offers. You only need one core offer to be able to get to that 20,000 plus a month range. Now, can you add on additional offers as you continue to grow and scale your business? Absolutely. You can layer them on. But in the beginning stages, one core offer, okay? Now, what's the fourth thing? Well, the fourth thing is you want to have one premium price. That's it, one premium price. You don't have to start off necessarily with a low ticket product or service in the beginning stage. You could have one premium price point. You actually could get to 20,000 plus a month with way less clients a lot of times and be able to get them major results because they've invested more into themselves, right, to be able to get the problem solved. So a lot of times they take the process a lot more seriously because they have more skin in the game, right? So typically premium price point, minimum $3,000 and up if you're doing a one-off. And if you have some type of retainer, typically you could price it anywhere from like $1,000 a month and on up, right? Just depending upon the transformation, the result, the problem that your ideal client is actually going to get solved by working with you or your company. What is that worth to them over the lifetime? You don't need to look at what everybody else is pricing in the market and attempt to average based off of that. No, you don't have to do all of that. Or what you believe people can afford. You base it based off the value they're going to get in exchange for making an investment. Okay? Now, number 5. All right? Number 5. You want as well to have a client fulfillment system in place when you actually onboard these clients. What are going to be the different steps you're going to take them through to take them from their current situation to their desired situation? Typically, you need around about 3 to 5 different steps. You don't need a whole lot of steps. 3 to 5 steps of how you want to get this person from point A to point B. Whether they're in pain, they have this huge problem, to you solving it. You need a client fulfillment system. It may be you in the beginning stages doing a lot of the client fulfillment, and that's fine. Over time, as you generate more revenue in your business, you can actually start to build a team that can actually help you out with client fulfillment. It's always best to do fulfillment in the beginning stages yourself anyway, so that you can actually get your processes in place. You can actually develop what they call SOPs, standard operating procedures, so that you can actually hand these off to team members that you bring on board that you could train up to actually help with client fulfillment. And you want to get that streamlined. Client comes in, these are the exact steps we take them through to help them get results. Number 6, you got to have a sales process that could convert a lead over to a paying client. When you generate a lead, what happens next? Well, typically, if you're doing outbound, you should have some type of discovery call, especially if you have a premium price product or service. And then you should also have what we call a strategy session or a consultation call that takes place after that if that lead is qualified. And in between discovery and strategy session is where you send over what we call a pre-selling mechanism, which can be video sales letter, written sales letter, website, etc. Just something that could pre-sell them on your offer prior to getting on a strategy session. That way they're more likely to convert on the strategy session or the consultation call. And you can be closing at a minimum 25% and up on those calls. If it's inbound, typically they'll go straight to a strategy session or a consultation, but you need frameworks to do discovery calls, to do strategy session consultations, not just getting on calls and just winging it and just asking and talking about whatever you want to talk about. You need an actual framework, right? That can identify their pain in terms of challenges. That can identify their doubt that they can't get the problem solved on their own, right? They can identify the costs in regards to the cost of them not doing anything versus the cost of them making the financial and time investment and getting the problem solved. You got to be able to identify their desire, the compelling payoff they're going to get by making the investment to get the problem solved. You as well got to be able to qualify them financially. You need to know if they need a spouse to join them in this process or other stakeholders. And they also need to be able to trust in your unique set mechanism, which is I talked about earlier, to be able to help solve the problem. You have to have frameworks that can hit on all of those things. And if you do that, you actually have less objections on sales calls, less resistance. and be able to convert more leads into paying clients that you can service and impact. The seventh thing is, in the beginning stages, you only need one great traffic source. A lot of entrepreneurs and business owners believe you gotta have several traffic sources in the beginning stages of growing your business to 20,000 plus a month. You don't need several traffic sources. Now, do you need an omnipresence on multiple platforms? Absolutely. But you only really need to really go all in one traffic source. You can get to 20,000 plus a month in your business with one traffic source. We've had clients that have just leveraged Facebook and got to 20,000 plus a month by itself. Clients that have just leveraged LinkedIn and got to 20,000 plus a month to grow their business, right? So with that being said, you only need one traffic source. You can always layer on more traffic sources as you go along to continue to scale that you want to put a lot of your time and attention to, or if a company is helping you with marketing, they can put time and attention to. And that's all you need. So once again, 7 things needed. Get to 20,000 plus a month in your business. So number 1, you need a niche market. Don't want to be a generalist, you want to get the specialist. Number 2, you got to identify a problem within the market that you can solve in your own unique way. Unique selling mechanism. Get into the blue ocean versus the red ocean. Don't be in that red ocean having a fight over business in those bloody shark waters. All right? Number 3, you only need one high value offer. That's it. Starting off, you only need one high value offer. Number 4, you only need one premium price point. Number 5, you need a great client fulfillment system, whether it's starting off with you or you're starting to build a client fulfillment team. Number 6, you need a sales process that can convert leads over to paying clients consistently and predictably. And number 7, you only need one traffic source in the beginning stages to get to that 20,000 plus a month that can consistently and predictably feed you traffic, generate appointments, and bring you clients. With that said, I hope you got some value out of this video. Then you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also, once again, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. Also, as well, being you're a coach, consultant, course creator, service-based business provider. You're looking for strategies to be able to pack your calendar with qualified appointments, be able to scale up to 20K to 50K plus a month in under 60 days without paid ads. I'm actually going to have a link in the description to a free case study, a link in the description to a free case study. We could go over to that link and you can actually get access to the case study for absolutely free, no charge at all, okay? We really have clients over the years pay us thousands, tens of thousands of dollars for us to help with these different strategies. I'm gonna give you a case study that walks you through a lot of that for absolutely free. Also, feel free to share this around with anyone else you feel could benefit. And also drop in the comments any of your biggest takeaways from this video and what you got out of it, right? Are you currently implementing any of these strategies? Are you looking at implementing any of these strategies moving forward to be able to grow your business to that next level and be able to rise to the top 1%? I'd love to hear from you. And with that said, this is Gerald with the Rise of the 1%. Have a phenomenal day on purpose.